Aloha! Welcome to part 11 of Mega Man X6, and in this part we're still going through all the alternate pathways that the goddamn game just threw in because it wanted to. And there's the sub-tank. You have to use a speedster double jump to get there, or at least a blade armor X, or some kind of variant to get up there. As it was normally, you can't really get up there. You climb the upper wall, and you will find this alternate pathway, which will take you to the crystal, and all that jazz. You wouldn't believe how many tries it took just to make sure this level wasn't dark, by the way. This and Rainy Turtloid stage have the annoyance of being darkness levels, so every time I would go to the level and play it, oh, it got dark, and then I'd be like, fuck! I'd have to exit out, replay a different level, then come back to it. It's that kind of frustration that makes X6 such a terrible game. You just want things to go your way once, and it doesn't seem to want to let you, you know? It's an awful, awful game. The thing in the background always reminds me of Midgar from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know why. I think we've stepped into the wrong game, folks. Here I was trying to kill a thing, even though you can air dash right past it. I don't know why, but then I realized, oh yeah, what am I doing? If you don't have an air dash, aka normal X, you can't clear through this area. Well, not easily anyway. Metal Shark Player! So at the end of where the ladder is, instead of going down the ladder, keep going left. Hello. Tricky camera angles, they're always tricking ya. Dash really quickly because you have very little time to squeeze through. I needed the speedster ability equipped in order to make this jump because, well, it's retarded. They have 3 enemies blocking the way, and the gap as it is fucking huge. If you want to reach it when you're Mega Man X, you have to use Blizzard Wolfang's ice ability to at least give you a slight ledge, and then even then you have to have like Hyper Dash and Jumper equipped just to make it, you know? It's pretty retarded. And for their alternate pathway, we get another ride in the mech armor, which makes this area surprisingly easy. See, the problem is, the Crusher can't crush the mech armor, no matter how many times it tries. You'd think landing on Zero's head would damage him or something, but nope, I guess not. All you're really doing is walking and slashing at things that come near you. The only danger, I guess if there is one, is that you better get crushed before the wall stays there and you can't traverse any further, and then you get crushed by the side-scrolling part. But really, this section's too easy, and you shouldn't have a problem with it. By the way, this is the same mech armor that was in X4 and X5. I'm just saying, you'd think they would have created new mech armors, ride armors, during the span of those 3 games, but no. There was one flying mech armor in X4 during Storm Owl stage, but that was about the only variation in the past 3 games. You've always had this purple one with a lightsaber attachment, you know? It's always been in the PlayStation games. I don't know why. But luckily X7 and X8 finally give you some new ride armors after this. Because even I'm getting tired of this. I'm like, oh wow, this ride armor again. Because I haven't gotten used to this already. Obviously, you can't jump this high, so you're going to have to get out. And there's the last Turtloid and the entrance to the boss that we'll be showing at the end of this part. Till then, Rainy Turtloid. Rainy Turtloid has one of the most annoying Dr. Light capsules because it's blocked by 2 pathways of spikes. Normally, Zero couldn't possibly fit through it because apparently X's body is smaller, and only a very precise light dash can get through there as X. It's the most retarded thing ever. You wouldn't believe how many lives I've killed just trying to do that. Instead, I decided to buy a part in the item shop called the Damage Converter. Damage Converter makes your damage invulnerability state last longer. So the more it lasts longer, after you got hit, you just speed through while you're invulnerable and then die when you get what you want, because there's no way out. No easy way out, anyway. So there's that Reploid and that Dr. Light capsule. Remember, it's Damage Converter, either 0 or X. In order to get all these prizes, you basically have to get hit, and then as you're invulnerable, walk through the spike area. It's pretty retarded. There's a heart tank. I'm not a fan, I must say. I'm not a fan at all. And there's our alternate pathway. And this alternate pathway leads to more rain, more blocky, shieldy, annoying robot guys, more bat bombs, or batons, whatever. And just a shitload of Reploids, really. Yeah. This is all I got for my commentary. We could have done the speedy version, but you, the viewer, decided you wanted to hear my commentary and watch this whole thing as it is, so here it is. As it is, this whole video is nothing but alternate pathways, so if this bores you, feel free to stop watching. Skip to part 12 if I've already posted it at this point. But, you know, this is just a curiosity. This is so you can see what the other pathways are like, and who the boss is you fight at the end. You may want to stick around for that, because the boss we fight at the end is pretty cool. He's pretty hip. He's happening. He doesn't take things too seriously, if you know what I mean. If you're ever hurt by enemies, luckily that teleporter not only it refills your health, so it's like every time you're hurt, just go back up there and, oh, I'm fine. This level's not that challenging, it's just rather tedious, especially if it's dark! Fucking nightmare effect! Ah! But I digress. Surprisingly, in easy mode, a lot of the Dr. Light capsules are actually harder to get. I tried to play the game in easy mode my first time because I didn't want, you know, a huge challenge. I wanted to progress as I played it more and more. That's how I usually play every video game I play, even the mainstream ones. I'll go easy mode, beat it, then I'll play it again in normal, beat it, then I'll play it again in hard, and beat it. And I love to do that. And in easy mode for Mega Man X6, it's like they, for some reason, get rid of enemies that you need to become invulnerable for the Dr. Light capsules, or they'll get rid of enemies that, like, are blocking the way in, whatchamacallit, Metal Shark Player's big jump. You know, it's pretty retarded. Some of the Dr. Light capsules are harder to get in easy mode, and that, you wouldn't think that, but I guess so. So Metal Shield, or Shield Sheldon, bleh, you have to use all these mirrors to create a laser that will go all the way to the end of this pathway and open you up to a new area. It's rather tedious because there's lasers everywhere. This particular nightmare effect I got was like beasts surround you. They never actually attack you, they just stay in this one specific area next to you, but it's really annoying regardless. When you notice you try hugging the wall, all of a sudden you slip through for no reason. Invisible wall. How they expected you to find this without dicking around on the walls, I have no idea. Nevertheless, there's our Dr. Light capsule. Jesus. The one I give you now is the body power program for the blade armor. With this program, X will take less damage, and the damage X receives will be converted to the energy to perform the Giga attack. Please help X and save the world. Will do, Dr. Light. There are actually platforms in this pit, and how I knew where to land, God helps me. God help me if I know, because God, this fucking level's annoying. I probably died more in this level than any other level. In order to get the heart tank, you have to be invulnerable for a short period of time. And I screwed up and fell in the spikes. Ain't that always swell? When I was recording Shield Sheldon's alternate stage, I was fucking up beyond relief. I just kept fucking up and fucking up and fucking up, and it was driving me crazy after a while. There's our weapon tank. The weapon tank, as always, if it's filled up, you can restore all your weapon energy, but since you die and you get it back anyway, there doesn't seem to be any real point, really. Again, I apologize for all the deaths, but literally, this game is hard. This game is fucking hard, and I make no apologies for having my ass kicked all over the place. It is not one that regular folk can just blast through in a day, you know? It's challenging. But anyway, folks, we're finally reaching... I'm finally going to show the alternate pathway boss, the one you can get 6 Nightmare Souls from, He's weak against Rainy Turtloid's weapon. Who could it be? Dynamo! You were alive too? I'm sorry if I made you fuck, I moved so fast. Jesus, what was I doing? Well, regardless, this is Dynamo. Dynamo has come back and he's looking for Nightmare Souls, and, oh yeah, I guess I was angry, that's why I was skipping through the dialogue. But regardless, he just keeps spamming Rainy Turtloid's weapon, and every time he gets hit by the weakness twice, he'll drop a big 200-point Nightmare Soul, and you can constantly keep going back to the alternate path, and Dynamo will show up again and again and again. Even has the same music you did in X5. Dynamo's hip and cool and badass. Sadly, we never see him again. See you in part 12.